Summer's return, pregnancy shocker, baby daddy exposed. That's the bombshell everyone in Genoa City can't stop talking about. But what's the real story behind Summer Newman's mysterious trip to Milan and the rumors of a secret baby on the way? Let's dive in and unpack every detail, because this potential twist could change everything for Summer and everyone around her. When Summer Newman left Genoa City, she carried more than just a sense of purpose. She carried the weight of expectations, her family's hopes, her own ambitions, and perhaps, the need to prove to herself that she could stand on her own. Her mission was clear: to find a new creative director for Marchetti, to breathe fresh life into the company's designs and secure its future. But what no one expected was that Summer's journey would take her far beyond the world of fashion, into the arms of someone who could change everything. In Milan, where the air is heavy with art and history, Summer found herself swept up in a different kind of inspiration. The whispers of the city's charm, the elegance of its catwalks, and the intoxicating energy of those who lived to create, it was the perfect backdrop for a new chapter. Rumors say it was there that she met a handsome Italian designer, a man whose presence was as captivating as the clothes he sketched, whose eyes held secrets she couldn't resist. They say he was unlike anyone Summer had ever known, passionate, driven, and utterly magnetic. And maybe, just maybe, that brief encounter turned into something more. Something that would follow her back to Genoa City in the most unexpected way. Now, the whispers grow louder. Could this Italian mystery man be the father of Summer's child? And if so, what does it mean for the life she's returning to? For Summer, Milan wasn't just about couture. It was about confronting her own desires, and the consequences they bring. Back home in Genoa City, the tension crackles like a live wire. Summer's history with Kyle Abbott is a story everyone knows. A tale of fiery love, heartbreak, and unfinished business. They've been through everything together: passion, betrayal, and second chances. Kyle was the man she couldn't quit, the man who always held a piece of her heart. So if Summer returns home with a baby that isn't Kyle's, it would be the final blow to their fragile bond. But in this world of sudden twists and shadowy secrets, some fans believe the real story might be even closer to home. Whispers hint at a possible tryst between Summer and Chance Chancellor, one last night together before she left for Italy. Perhaps it was a desperate moment of longing, a final spark of passion between two people who shared more than just friendship. The kind of encounter that leaves questions, regrets, and, maybe, a child. Y&R has never shied away from rewriting the past, and the idea of a secret night between Summer and Chance could send shockwaves through every family in town. It would be the perfect way to test old alliances and ignite new rivalries. Even if we never saw that night on screen, a well-placed flashback could rewrite everything we thought we knew. And through it all, there's still the lingering possibility that Summer and Kyle shared one last, secret night together, an act of love, or of closure, that now has consequences neither of them can deny. The past isn't always past in Genoa City, and the future has never been more uncertain. Let's not forget the one man whose heart has always been tied to Summer's, Kyle Abbott. Their love story has been a labyrinth of passion, heartbreak, and second chances, one that neither of them could ever fully escape. Kyle has tried to move on, to close the door on the past, but there's something about Summer that still draws him back, like a flame he can't extinguish. In the days before Summer's trip to Milan, there are whispers that maybe, just maybe, there was one final night that changed everything. A night when the past collided with the present, when memories and old feelings took over and they let themselves forget, just for a moment, all the pain. A night that wasn't about promises or the future, but about the love that had never really died. If that night did happen, it would explain so much: the lingering looks, the sense of unfinished business between them. Kyle, who has always prided himself on being in control, might be forced to face the possibility that he's still in love with Summer, and that their connection has left a permanent mark. Of course, in the world of the young and the restless, off-screen moments can be just as powerful as what we see on screen. A carefully crafted flashback or a whispered confession could reveal everything, rewriting the story we thought we knew. And if that secret night led to a child, Kyle would have no choice but to confront the truth he's been trying to bury for far too long. Summer's return to Genoa City doesn't just threaten to upend her own life. It threatens to rock the entire foundation of two powerful families. If she is pregnant and the baby's father isn't Kyle, the fallout could be nothing short of catastrophic. For Nick and Phyllis, it's a nightmare scenario. They've always seen themselves as protectors of their daughter, but now they'll have to face the heartbreak of knowing that Summer's life may never be the same. They'll be caught in an emotional tug-of-war, wanting to support their daughter's choices while grappling with their own fears and regrets. Meanwhile, for Kyle, it's a bitter pill to swallow. He's spent years trying to build something stable for himself, to leave behind the chaos of his past. But the idea that Summer has moved on, and is carrying another man's child, could shatter that fragile peace. He'll have to decide whether to walk away once and for all, or to fight for the woman he's never truly stopped loving. And of course, the Abbotts and Newmans have always been intertwined in ways both beautiful and destructive. This pregnancy shocker could reignite old rivalries, reopen old wounds, and force everyone to choose sides. Because in a town where loyalty is everything, the smallest secret can tear entire families apart. And then there's Audra Charles, always watching from the shadows, always ready to exploit every secret and every scandal. If Audra learns about Summer's pregnancy, you can bet she'll waste no time turning it to her advantage. Audra thrives on power plays and manipulation. She could use this revelation to drive a wedge between Kyle and Summer, playing on his insecurities and fears. Or she might see it as a way to ingratiate herself with Victor Newman, proving her loyalty by bringing him the one piece of gossip that could change everything. Audra's involvement would turn an already volatile situation into a full-blown powder keg. Because Audra doesn't care about the pain she causes, only about the leverage it gives her. For her, Summer's secret is just another tool, another weapon to wield in her endless quest for control. But it's not just the Abbotts and Newmans who need to be worried. Nikki and Victoria, who have seen firsthand the damage that secrets and power plays can cause, might feel compelled to protect Summer, and the innocent life she may now be carrying. For them, it's a painful reminder of how quickly family can become entangled in schemes and betrayals. One thing is certain. If Audra gets involved, the consequences will ripple through Genoa City in ways no one can predict. And for Summer, the choice of whether to trust, or to fight, has never been more important. There's also the question of whether Summer will even tell anyone about the baby right away. We know Summer is fiercely independent and has a history of keeping her own counsel. If she's truly pregnant, she might choose to keep the secret until she's ready, or until circumstances force her hand. That kind of secrecy would only make the eventual reveal even more explosive. Of course, this entire storyline hinges on one question. Who is the real father of Summer's baby? Will it be the suave Italian designer she met in Milan? Will it be Kyle, the man she can't seem to quit? Or will it be Chance, the friend who's always been there for her in ways no one else has? Each possibility comes with its own set of complications, and each one would send shockwaves through Genoa City. One thing's for sure, the young and the restless knows how to keep us guessing. A pregnancy storyline for Summer would be the perfect way to shake up the canvas, introduce new rivalries, and test old loyalties. It would force every character connected to Summer to take a side, and expose the cracks that have been forming in this family for years. Imagine the drama that would follow Summer's reveal. Nick, torn between protecting his daughter and demanding the truth. Phyllis, determined to stand by her child no matter what. Kyle, forced to decide if he's willing to be a father to another man's child, or if he wants to fight for Summer all over again. And Victor, well, we know Victor will have his own opinions about any man who dares to father a Newman heir. As for Summer herself, this could be the most challenging chapter of her life. She's always been a woman who fought for what she wanted, but this time, the stakes are higher than ever. A baby on the way means every decision she makes will have consequences that echo far beyond her own heart. So, viewers, what do you think? Are you ready for Summer's return and the bombshell she may be carrying? Do you think the Italian designer will follow her home to Genoa City? Or will we discover that the real father is someone she thought she left behind? One thing is certain. No matter who the father is, this storyline promises to deliver the drama, heartbreak, and shocking twists that make The Young and the Restless the show we can't stop watching. Stay tuned, because Summer's pregnancy shocker is just getting started. And trust me, you won't want to miss a single second of what comes next.